sorry again. Next speaker will be now Mr. Deriu from LivaNova. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Luca Deriu from LivaNova, and today we have decided to talk about the Essence perfusion system. We have started this project in 2017, so we have gathered a lot of feedbacks from more than 300 perfusionists worldwide, and we have started putting everything together. So we have discussed directly with the users every details of the machine, from the smallest one to the most significant. And at the end, in March 2023, we have delivered a system that is able to bring you what you see in this slide, so safety and reliability, patient-tailored care, intuitiveness, and flexibility and efficiency. Now, my goal today is to go discuss with you briefly each of these pillars, and also to provide you some information about the first milestone that we have achieved so far. So now, when we talk about safety and reliability, so we are LivaNova, so we are market leader in the heart-lung machine. So, and we have to take into consideration that if you enter in a random cardiac surgery in Europe, in more than 8 cases out of 10, you will find an S5 running a perfusion. So it is not easy to improve a so successful device like the S5. But our goal is not to negotiate with safety and reliability, because S5 is the state of the art of safety and reliability. And for this reason, we do not negotiate with safety and reliability, and we have decided to keep some of few features that are included in the S5. For example, the direct drive technology that is really efficient. But on top of that, in order to improve, to go also more in the safety things, we have also added several safety precautions. So, for example, some redundancies like the backup control panel, or, for example, the possibility to plug additional, in case of need, additional pumps. Or also, for example, an important point is the concept of one knob for a single pump. And finally, on top of that, also our service support that is well known. So probably you know better than me our service technicians that are able to reach you in few hours sometimes. And we have a really important network of service in more than 100 countries worldwide. And then let's talk about the patient-tailored. So now this is a combination of several points. So the first one is the accurate sensing technology. So let's talk about the sensor. So from the flow sensor, bubble sensor, but also the inline blood monitor sensor. And on top of that, you will have the possibility to use the official formulas of the GDP in order to properly monitor the metabolic needs of your patient in real time. And also another important point is the possibility to have the mass-mounted pumps. So in comparison with the S5, Essence give you the possibility to place the pumps along the MAG system based on your clinical need, providing also some kind of flexibility, and also for you that you are doing minimal invasive, also for reducing even more the length of the tubing systems. Talking about intuitiveness, there are several points that are really important here. So we have decided to provide something that is intuitive and able to provide you the possibility to do complex things in a simple way. This is an important point in my opinion. So the user interface is intuitive. The machine is easy to, so the learning curve is short, and give you also the possibility to record and continuously the data from, for example, for the Essence patient monitor. Another important point is also the possibility to improve the platform. So this is a technology platform that is really open to be improved also for example, automations or algorithms. Now, the last point is related to the flexibility and efficiency. This is important as well, because we want to provide you a system that is able to fit your clinical needs. This is important, your clinical needs, but also infrastructure need, like, for example, the OR footprint. And so for this reason, we give you a system that is really versatile. And also in terms of ergonomics, we have provided some additional feature that will give you also from a conceptual standpoint. For example, just things to the cockpit that provide all the relevant information you need to take into consideration during the perfusion in a smaller area in comparison with the S5. So placing the cockpit closer to the disposable give you the possibility to maintain everything under control in a limited amount of space. And also the possibility to integrate with the external devices or through DHL7 connectivity to the hospital information system. Now, having said that, I would like just to go briefly and to show you where we are in terms of commercial achievement that we have just gathered. So I would like just to mention, for example, also because we would like to run with you the short history that we had with this perfusion system. So now you can see in this map that now the machine is widely used worldwide. So you can see in all the continents. But what I would like to underline are some of the first cases that has been done. The first one is important for me to mention, has been performed at the end of 2022 by the team of the Catarina Hospital. And this has been a really important milestone for the company because we had the possibility to start with the clinical trial of the machine. And after that, in fact, we have limited the use of the machine in some hospitals in Europe and in the US. But after that, we received the FDA clearance in March 2023. And as you can see, for example, in this case, the Franciscan Health in Indianapolis did the first case in US in April 2023. But you can see also in Australia, in Dubai. And I would like just to finish mentioning the first in a hybrid MEAC environment in Coswick in September 2023. Now, this brings me almost at the end of this presentation. So up to date, starting from March 2023, we are celebrating 1 year of success of Essence perfusion system. So as you can see, the machine is already present in more than 20 countries. More than 190 systems has been sold so far. But what is important is that already thousands of patients benefited of this from this technology. So talking about pediatrics or adult surgery, but also minimally invasive. So this really brings me at the end of this presentation. I would like just to mention another really important point. So we are market leader in the cardiopulmonary arena. So our goal is not just to deliver a product on the market. Our goal is to provide the best system possible to you. And for this reason, in order to achieve this goal, this is just a journey that we are starting. And we are starting together with you, with the perfusionist community, because we need the feedbacks from the users. That is a really important point, especially because we use the user-centric design that is really put the user in the center of the process. And also because we have several commitments. For example, one of the commitments is to release at least 2 firmware software version for year, 2 for the machine and 2 for the Essence perfusion system. But what is important to underline is that inside those firmware update, there are the feedbacks that we received from the users. And this is important because we have a really structured way to gather your feedbacks and to include in the next software releases. This is an important point because at the end, the machine will reflect which are your real needs, and in our opinion, in one of the most important points. So having said that, I hope that you will participate to this journey together with us. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for this nice presentation. Our next speaker will be on hold. It will be Mr. Fangareggi from Eurosets. Ettore, please.
I'm hoping that you see me. Hi, my name is Ettore Fangareggi, member of the cardiopulmonary marketing line inside the Eurosets. And I'm here to present you the Lung Advance, our new complete, intuitive, and versatile solution to monitoring CBB and ECMO treatments.
There are contexts in which every single moment is important. And it's exactly here that technology comes into play to help and support us during clinical practices. And when the journey comes to an end, we get how much every single step has been essential for a flawless landing.
So, as I said, these are the main claims for our new monitoring system, and we describe the Lung Advance as a complete, intuitive, and versatile solution. So complete because with just one monitoring system, with just one device, we are able to have a full overview of your procedures, both in ECMO and CBB, not needing other external devices or accessories. In CBB, it is really, really useful because it provides you all the information regarding the goal-directed perfusion that is almost a must to be used nowadays during clinical practice. And also talking about the ECMO procedures, it's really useful because of the information regards the performances of the oxygenator and also how the patient it is recovering from the treatment. It is an intuitive product because it has all the graphic user interface that is based on how the users can customize it based also on users' needs. And at the same time, it's really easy to read it and to understand the information that the product is achieving thanks to enlarged screen and upgraded accessories. It is a versatile solution because it can be attached to any ECMO or PTS, but also it is suitable to any HLM device, meaning that even in particular scenarios like in the minimal invasive extracorporeal circulation, you can have just one device with all the accessories related that can be attached to your circuit based on your need, and you're still able to use it in every procedure that you want. It is a complete product because in CPB treatment we have 22 different parameters measured or calculated that provides you all the information regards the status of your treatment, of your procedure, so the oxygenator and your circuit, but also everything related to the metabolism of the patient, meaning that with these 22 parameters, you are able to achieve a 100% and a 36 degrees goal-directed perfusion during the procedures. Talking about the ECMO treatment, we have 18 different parameters still calculated and measured with non-invasive technology. And these parameters are really useful to understand the trend in terms of recovering of the patient and to understand if there is a possibility to start thinking about the weaning of the patient or not. These are the two main graphic user interface area with all the parameters listed above and the graphics in the middle page, and also all the settings and data management system on the right. It is an intuitive product. Why? Because everything can be personalized in this monitoring system, starting from the graphic user interface, where you can move all the modules inside of the screen based on you want it to be based on your practice, and also you can customize all the alarms related to the parameter listed by the monitoring system. The probes are really easy to use it because you just need to plug it on the monitoring system and then on the circuit, thanks to the non-invasive technology. And at the same time, it provides all the information in real time, not needing so to wait for other information to be listed. Also, it is really easy to read, thanks to, as I said, to the new graphic user interface area, where you have a large space for the graphics that are really useful to understand if there are problems or how some parameters are changing during the time. Here you can have up to 8 different parameters listed in real time. And also in this page, you can personalize everything, for example, the colors and the position based on the preference of you or your colleagues. And also, last thing that we claim to be an intuitive feature is the data management system. Inside of the Landing Advanced, there's an electronic folder, a complete customizable electronic folder of the patient, where you can list all the information that you want to record about the treatment, the surgery, the procedure, and all the information that you're thinking about, in order to have a complete record, a complete folder of your cardiopulmonary bypass treatment to attach to the patient folder or the hospital network. It is a versatile solution, as I said, because there are no limits in terms of how you can use it in heart-lung machine devices. And also, it is really easy to set up based on your preference because of its lightweight and the dimensions. And there are no limits also on the ECMO side, thanks to still the non-invasive technology, not needing so to change the circuit or to apply some modification to it. So also, talking about the PTS, there will be available also Wi-Fi probes that are really useful in order to improve the cable management in your heart-lung machine, your circuit. That is still something that perfusionists are struggling with. And not having any issues to use this product with any PTS, even in minimal invasive extracorporeal circulation, we are able to use at 130 degrees one monitoring system, providing you all the information and all the technical characteristics that I listed you before, not needing so to have a specific device different from the CPB, the standard CPB configuration. Yeah, to sum up, these are the main new feature compared to the landing, the previous version of the landing. And these are also the claims that we achieved to have it more reliable and also more intuitive, more complete, and more versatile. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ettore. I think we are just in time, and I think we can close the session. Do you have something to add, John? Or?
Well, I would just like to say that as someone who's been involved in cardiac surgery for a number of decades now, it's remarkable to me the interaction between clinicians and industry. And I think what we've heard today really reflects that. I actually go back to the days of bubble oxygenators. I was here with the when all of the initial work showing the inflammatory response and the response from industry is to develop biocompatible surfaces. We're concerned about blood transfusions. Once upon a time, we used to prime the pump with blood. The recognition years ago that this is adverse has led to industry to miniaturize these circuits. So I think this really does reflect this very productive alliance between clinicians, industry, and our overall concern with optimizing patient outcomes, reducing costs of care. And I think this is really a very productive collaboration. And we look forward to further developments in this area. So thank you all very much. I think it's very productive.
There's a question here.
We have a question from the floor. Sorry, please.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for this compact and precise presentation. I have a question. Where the industry market stands for using MEC in the pediatric population, is there any available data we have? This is, so I was curious because these 2 days have been great. It was a very nice meeting, and didn't hear anything about children. Do you have an orientation in the industry for using MEC in pediatric population? I think everyone is speechless.
Well, I can tell you definitely yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so look, you're actually, it's a fair question. I've worked with Hans-Jörg quite a bit on trying to find solutions for a MEC solution to pediatrics. And it's complicated because of the amount of air, right? It's the amount of surface that's actually open, the amount of intervention that's required for most of the congenital procedures. And I think it speaks to the need to really find ways to be able to further eliminate the blood-air interface. And quite frankly, one of the challenges industry has is that the pediatric market requires very specific dedicated devices, but it's a very small market. And in many ways, even when I was at Dedeco, the difficulty was finding the funding to be able to continue to develop, even though these are the patients that need it the most. Really being able to develop products in that market, it's really, really difficult. And it's even more difficult now because of the regulations to keep those products on the market. But there is someone here that has done mini bypass with pediatrics. So maybe he can talk about it a little bit.
Yes, we did some cases with mini bypass, but I can tell you it's quite challenging, and the technique was not so far. And also in respect to the numbers we had, we were not able to give some recommendation about pediatrics. Pediatrics is the same, but I think your question was also a different question, because we come not further in development in pediatrics because there's no money in. We see that, for example, for LVAD, we still work with Berlin heart. Berlin heart, that didn't change the ventricle since 25 years or 30 years, yeah. That's the problem. We struggle with that a bit. And I think I'm really happy that Sevada announced a new pediatric cannula for FVV ECMO, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.